When I started as an estimator in this industry, I was a program estimator specifically for nationwide claims for a contractor in San Diego. My job was to wake up every day and go to war. It was that simple. Go to war every day, fight for every line item, fight for every dollar, fight for what they say they should pay you, even though they say they're not going to pay for it. And that's a terrible mindset to go to work in. It was not healthy. It's why when I met Whatley, I took an Xactimate training class from him, and I appreciated his vision and how he approached claim settlement so much that I bought him a beer and I said, please hire me immediately. Like I just want to learn and be able to do something different with you. And he talked about Actionable and this book that he wanted to write of invoicing templates, but Whatley's slightly dyslexic and I am not. So he needed some help.
Harrison's a heck of a writer and I am not.
He needed some help in writing that book. But what I have seen and I have experienced is that frustration grows. Nobody wakes up one day, starts a contractor shop, brands their first truck, buys their first tools and says, I can't wait to screw over my customers and the carriers. Nobody starts with that mantra. They're excited. But over time, you get beat and beat down and mistakes happen and you become jaded very quickly and very easily. When you're training with Actionable, one of our goals, one of the very beginning is throw away everything you know. I'm sorry, but just throw away everything you've been told no to for the last 10 years, because we are going to talk about Xactimate as a fundamental philosophy. And then we can talk about its strengths, its weaknesses, how to justify when to deviate. But when you are in claim settlement, this is unfortunately at times a volume-driven business. I don't know many estimators that don't have too many claims on their desk. Right? There's too many customers, too many claims, too many estimates. There's too much to do.
Well, they've succumbed to the biggest lie ever told to the restorer is you'll make it up on volume.
Right? So this is
you guys are hitting some hot buttons. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the idea being that it is very quickly for a conversation between a contractor, adjuster, or TPA reviewer to go sideways because of all of that experience and frustration and the times that you knew you got screwed when you shouldn't have been screwed. That's a tough thing to put away. How can you change that? It's really a change in the tone and the philosophy with how you approach claim settlement. People don't like being wrong. They don't. Humans don't like being wrong. When you tell somebody this is included in the line item and they say it's not included in the line item, we have a problem because there's a fundamental difference in the understanding of what's included in that line item or not included. So if you approach claim settlement with an air of education, hey, when an adjuster says cleaning is included in the line item, that's a common misconception. There is a portion of cleaning included in a line item for a technician to clean their immediate area, but it does not mean a full, complete, final walk down cleaning of the entire area, which still needs to be performed. So instead of saying cleaning is not included in the line item and you're going to pay me for it, you can take an approach of, hey, I know where you think that there's cleaning included in the line item. In fact, let me show you in the supporting events what is included. What I am invoicing for is not that particular cleaning. And I just want to give the opportunity to clarify myself. And then you're approaching that conflict with education. You're trying to make the other person better and enrich and deepen their understanding of the software itself, while at the same time getting paid fairly for what you're trying to do. That's not easy. People just want to write estimates and get paid and get to work. I'm the contractor. I'm doing my job. Why do I got to justify everything? But as we've talked about, things are different in this industry. I was born in this industry, by the way. I was not a guy that did it for 30 years and is trying to adapt. I was born into program estimating. I know this is the only game I know. So I'm doing my best to provide a platform with Actionable that people can go turn to someplace to ask, how do I advance? How do I adapt?
I'm kind of imagining like the nationwide like bird, picking you up, like born into it, like a stork would, right? Like that's kind of what I'm when you're saying born into it. Chris, can I run with that question, man?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
How do we overcome it? I think you got to go up a level to not get jaded. You need perspective. When these carriers used to fly Bain Consulting, Boston Consulting Group out, what did they find out in the 90s? Okay, delay, deny, defend, right? That seems to work. And then they found out, actually, the longer we keep this claim open, probably not great in the end. PAs get involved, right? And all of a sudden things turn on the other side. So now they've become kind of myopically focused, carriers have, about cycle time, right? Because the most acute correlation between managing severity, claim cost, and cycle time, like there's a real good correlation between them being able to manage severity, right? With closing the claim soon. So what the consultants, I think, from Boston and Bain are doing, from my insight, just a limited, but some insight, Chris, in that they are really good at keeping contractors, estimators really busy. And it's a shame that smart people in this industry don't take the time to leverage being smart. And if what we're saying is true, you can eliminate windshield time, right? Why are you sketching? This is silly. You can probably bill for it. Like, don't do that anymore, right? Stop driving to the job site. We have our most expensive talent driving to job sites. It's bananas. Like, we really should take that additional time. Like Harrison was saying, bring in that human component. So shake babies and kiss hands, right? So with that extra time, right? And then we should also spend that time to exercise our intellectual curiosity and go figure out why these adjusters are saying that the cleaning is included, or why O&P isn't warranted here and there. There are answers to all of this. Like, it's not often that the carriers pull it up out of nowhere, but if you can guide them to where the catalyst for their misunderstanding is, and you do that in an authoritative, patient, professional way, it can be a really positive outcome. When you think of an HO3 policy, an all peril policy, there's a burden on the carrier to prove that particular peril isn't covered, right? That's the burden on the carrier. I think about claim settlement. Like, if you want a line item to get paid, the burden's on the contractor. So own that. It's on you.
Mm-hmm.